Evil Dead fans, I've got some stuff to talk to you guys about when ordering stuff on eBay, and my Army of Darkness chainsaw has come back from Chicago. Let's check it out! What is up, Evil Dead fans? We're going to go over things that you've ordered from eBay. Let's say it's a chainsaw body. Let's say it's a part that you need for a chainsaw. Let's say you're building it for yourself. Most likely it will be a person building their first chainsaw, and you're trying to get it as screen accurate as possible. Now, we know eBay can be a pain in the ass when it comes to descriptions and also, you know, the pictures. Things could be wrong. A lot of times sellers, they'll have a different description from the picture or vice versa. Now, when it comes to buying stuff off of eBay, you read the description usually, and you look at the photos, right?
Seems fairly obvious.
Now, let's say you've done that, you've ordered it, you're ready for it to come in, you're on a deadline, you're getting ready for a con or a customer, things like that, and you're super excited that everything's running in line, you spent a good amount of money on something, then you get it, you open up the box, you look at it, and you realize it's the wrong part. Now, I know personally dealing with eBay, private sellers, things like that could be a pain in the ass, and trying to return something can be somewhat of a hard situation to deal with. You really feel like you've been deceived, and you feel like the seller is like, you know, pretty much fooled you.
Gotcha, didn't I, you little sucker?
But trying to return something, like I said, is a really hard thing to do. And, you know, you're trying to return something, talking to the seller. The seller says, hey, you agreed to buy this. This is yours. This is something that I've listed, and you should have known what you bought. And this is really kind of how it is.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
All right, so I got some items here that I've bought from eBay, excuse me, that are incorrect from being screen accurate, but some of these things you can actually keep and use to benefit your chainsaw. Let's say it's your first chainsaw. What I did is order 2 caps from the same seller. Now, what I got was one correct one, one incorrect one. Now, let's say it's your first chainsaw. If you get something like this and you want to replace it later, it's fine. Just screw it on for now. Just keep it on there. I have a purpose for this. I do have a purpose for this, which I can't really talk about post-apocalypse. Yeah. But this is the correct one. I have a bunch of these, but I do have a purpose for this. Like I said, you can always replace this later if you run into that, you know, problem. Or if you have one that's completely blank, you can always replace it later. When it comes to the side handles, I've talked about side handles a million times, but this looks like the correct handle, doesn't it? Looks good. Cut it down. It's fine. It's wrong because this other one is the correct handle. If you look at the size difference, I have talked about this before. Let's put that up square. You can see that it's about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more taller. Now, if you're doing your first chainsaw or you've done a few of them, and let's say your top's not completely the best it could possibly be, it's what I call a toe front chainsaw. It's not putting down anybody, but what I mean by a toe front chainsaw is the front of it, of the top, should be like that. But a lot of people make them like that, right? Really thick. So having the longer one will help out your top handle to side handle ratio a little bit better. So it's not a bad thing to have the bigger one. These ones usually come on the little reds. I don't know why they made them taller. I don't like them. But you can definitely use them. But yeah, this is the proper size. It's about, what, 6 3/4, something like that. I've talked about it a million times. Now let's talk about bars. And back to that side handle. I did buy that side handle on accident because I was an idiot and bought it, and I would never attempt to return that. Now, let's say you bought a Homelight XL, it's your first chainsaw, and you got this one of these dinky little bars. It looks nice and long, and it looks like Ash could use it and cut some deadites up. Then you say, well, that's not screen accurate. Boom! You go with the screen accurate bar right here, and look at the difference. Major difference, right? Major difference. Now, I picked up a bar off of eBay. I thought it was for Evil Dead 2. I could get it screen accurate, and the picture was at an angle, so it did not help me out any. And I spent $20 of shipping and won the bid for $10 to buy. Boom! Look at this big fat bastard. It is massive. It has the proper length, but it's gigantic. And it was sitting at an angle on a wall like this, to where it gives kind of that weird wonky edge. But it's just a silvering around it. Look at the difference in width of this. Look, if you hit somebody with this, they could probably walk away. You hit somebody with this big old chunk of iron, there's no way. And I would never try to return this thing because shipping it back would not be worth saving 10 or getting $10 and shipping it out for 20. I can get more back from scrap from this thing. Look at this thing. It's like a beaver tail. If John Holmes was alive, it would make him blush. And if kids are watching, please do not look up John Holmes, because just to let you know, he was a porn star with a huge wanger back in the day who died. It's an old person joke. Yeah, don't look him up. Your parents are going to be pissed if they look up John Holmes on your phone. So do not do that. But that's what the joke is. But look at the difference here. It's ridiculous. I got no use for this thing. I mean, if I drop this on this rubber pad I'm sitting on, or my chair sitting on, that one gets a smack. This one's like, that's a heavy bastard. I mean, I got no use for this. It has a good length. I thought I could modify it to make it work, but there's no way in hell I'm going to shave any of this metal off. So, that goes away. But, I hope to help you guys out, and I have one more thing for you guys. There's a few other things I'm going over with another chainsaw builder. We thought one thing was very screen accurate with certain chainsaws. We know certain chainsaws with this detail screen accurate, but then I found something else tonight. I was like, oh, look at that. Yeah, just to let you guys know, if you got a chainsaw, it's your first chainsaw, just use what you got. Use what you got. That's the best way I can tell anybody to build. Use what you got. Like going back to the box chainsaws or the Arizona iced tea ones or the detergent ones. If that's what you have to work with, build it. That's fine. I won't make fun of you or anything like that. But if you decide to take an Arizona tea jug or a box or a detergent bottle and sell it for $400, I will be on your ass like stink on shit, because that is dumb. If it takes you 10 minutes to build a chainsaw and you're like, $400 please, that's dumb. And that's the reason why, if you guys have ever wondered why the value of the real home lights have gone up, is two reasons. Home lights are getting really rare right now. Number two, people are making them out of jugs and garbage and selling them for like $400. Now, why wouldn't that stop somebody who builds something out of a normal home light just to buy a bunch of detergent bottles, a bunch of Downy, and to sell each one for $400? Why would they waste your time building a real chainsaw and sell it for that? That's why the price is just gone through the roof. Two big reasons right there. But yes, like I said, my chainsaw is back from Chicago, and let's check that out. Alright, as you can tell, my Army of Darkness chainsaw was signed by Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi, and Ted Raimi down in Chicago. I finally got it back to the mail. Thank you, USPS, for not destroying this one. Thank you, finally. As you can see, we have Bruce Campbell's signature right there. We have Sam Raimi on top. And then I think Ted can say this better than I can.
You can count on my steel.
Thank you, Ted. But yeah, I had all three of them sign it, and when I got this back from Bruce Campbell, he told me to never touch it again. So if Bruce Campbell is watching, I'm touching it, Bruce. I'm touching it. I'm touching it again. Should I go in for another touch?
I got it.
All right, I stopped touching it. Sorry about that. Gets a little weird when you start touching things over and over. It's like my grandpa always said, and I've heard this from a lot of people back in the day. That's an old saying. No, I can't say that. That's pretty bad. Anyways, so I hope this helped you guys out with trying to get some strain accurate stuff. Things you can use from eBay. One more last thing that I have to tell you about the handles. Where did I put them? See, I put things all over the place and then I don't know where they went. Anyways, let's say you have that longer handle and that's all you have to work with. If you're doing Ash vs. Evil Dead, you can cut it down and put a stiffener in the middle, a metal stiffener, and then try to epoxy that together. It will be a bear to do, and you got to remember that hard plastic handle isn't like plastic. It's kind of a petroleum-based material. It won't work the best, but it will give off a nice look. If you're just looking for a look, you can cut that down in the middle of the handle. See, it goes like this. Follow my fingers here. Like this. You cut it down right here, take a little slot out, put a stiffener in between, bring it together. You can do that if you're just going for a nice look and you're not looking for stability at all. So, till next time, guys, you stay groovy. All right, one more thing before I go. If you live in the area of Pittsfield, Massachusetts, my friend Vinny, who lives around there, if you know me on Facebook or anything like that, he's a good friend of mine. He was down in Chicago. He lost his cat, small black cat with a white paw. He has flyers all over the place. If you live around that area and you find that cat, let me know so I can let him know, and he'll be over there within a heartbeat of a second. To a lot of us, pets are family, and that cat is family to him. And if you know that cat or see that cat, let me know so I can have him contact you right away so he can get his family member back. Because if I lost my dogs, I'm a dog person, I would do my damnedest to make sure I got him back as well. So his name's Vinny. I don't remember, he never told me the cat's name. But it's a black cat with a white paw, small black cat. And if you see it, I live in Pittsfield, Mass. Let me know. Grab it, stick it in the cage, stick it in a room so I can have Vinny come over and see if that's his cat. So I just want to tell you guys that. And I owe that to him. He's a good friend of mine. And I hope he finds his cat. So guys, until next time, be good to animals, except the ones you eat. Well, be kind to that too. Don't be like, yeah, this cheeseburger's terrible. Just, you know what I mean. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Till next time, you guys stay groovy.